China, a country where mountains, megacities, and ancient empires tell one endless story. To look upon this wide expanse of land is to gaze into a deep, living well of human memory. This is not merely a nation bounded by borders. It is an enduring civilization that has outlasted centuries of change. A vast world where geography itself feels like a canvas for human ambition. The air shifts constantly as you move across it, turning from the crisp, dry winds that sweep over the northern grasslands into the warm, moisture-laden air of the southern coast. Here, dynasties have flourished, designed monuments that outlived their creators, and returned to the soil, only for new generations to build towering glass structures over the old foundations. It is a continuous conversation between what has been preserved and what is yet to come, between the quiet stillness of sacred peaks and the steady, forward movement of over 1 billion lives. To truly see this place, one must lay aside simple definitions. You have to listen closely to the movement of the great rivers, the soft shuffle of shoes in stone courtyards, and the steady hum of cities racing directly into tomorrow. The morning air moving across the wide avenues of Beijing carries a distinct feeling of history and quiet command. Designed on an immense grid of balance and symmetry, this city was built to reflect a grand vision of order, stretching outward from a single, unmovable center. Yet, if you step away from the monumental boulevards, the grand scale shifts into something remarkably intimate. In the gray brick alleys known as hutongs, life moves at a thoroughly human pace. Autumn leaves settle on low roof tiles, and the warm scent of roasted sweet potatoes drifts past wooden doorways. Here, elderly neighbors sit on small benches, their low conversations punctuating the rhythmic, sharp click of jiangqi pieces on worn wooden boards. A bicycle bell rings softly as someone navigates a narrow turn, past courtyards where magpies call from the branches of old scholar trees. In Beijing, the past is not locked away behind glass. It is walked upon, lived within, and woven into the very fabric of daily survival. Beyond the high meridian gates lies a sanctuary of wood and stone that was built to project distance. The Forbidden City stands as an architectural expression of cosmic order, where vast courtyards open up under a wide northern sky, separated by high crimson walls. Walking through these spaces, the quiet is profound, broken only by the sound of footsteps on stone paving that has been smoothed by centuries of wear. The golden glazed roof tiles curve gently upward, catching the pale sunlight and casting long shadows across the courtyards below. This was the symbolic center of the world, a place where successive rulers lived within a structured world of ritual and expectation. Every stone terrace, every carved marble balustrade, and every painted pillar was positioned to emphasize harmony between heaven and earth. It remains an evocative monument to isolation, built on a grand scale that makes the individual feel small, yet connected to something immense and historical. High above the northern plains, a weathered line of stone follows the natural ridges of the mountains. The Great Wall is less a single monument and more an expression of endurance, built over successive generations to protect a way of life. The wind passes through the arched windows of the watchtowers, carrying a quiet chill over the steep hillsides where wild shrubs grow between the bricks. Standing on these stones, you can look out at the undulating terrain, watching the landscape fold into the distance where the horizon meets the sky. This barrier was built with incredible effort, shaped by stone, earth, and the sheer will of millions who labored under the changing seasons. As the stone pathway disappears into the morning mist, rising and falling along the precipitous crests, it feels completely integrated into the natural world, a permanent feature of the earth that marks the boundary of an old frontier. While the imperial palace represented governance, the Temple of Heaven was constructed as a place for reflection and connection with the cosmos. The architecture here abandons sharp angles, favoring the soft, circular forms that ancient philosophers associated with the sky. The deep blue-tiled roof of the central hall rises smoothly above an open park filled with rows of old, twisting cypress trees. Today, the exclusive rituals of the past have given way to the lively, shared routines of the local community. In the early morning light, the park comes alive as residents gather to practice Tai Chi, their slow movements mirroring the quiet balance of the trees. Nearby, groups of retired friends sing traditional melodies, their voices rising clearly through the cool air. The space has transformed from an imperial sanctuary into a communal living room, where personal well-being and neighborly connection have replaced the grand ceremonies of old. Traveling south toward the coast, the air grows warmer. The light takes on a luminous quality, and the pace of life quickens. Shanghai is a metropolis oriented entirely toward what comes next. It is a landscape defined by vertical ambition, where high glass towers rise into the clouds and reflect the shifting colors of a restless metropolis. Along the crowded streets, electric buses move quietly past modern fashion houses and busy financial centers. Yet, just behind these grand structures, the older neighborhoods preserve an older rhythm of life. In the narrow lanes of the Shikumen houses, laundry hangs from long bamboo poles suspended between brick balconies, and the aroma of ginger and frying dumplings drifts from small kitchen windows. Shanghai thrives on these varying speeds, balancing the rapid movement of global finance with the grounded, everyday habits of people who remember the city before it touched the sky. The dramatic evolution of modern history is clearly written along the banks of the Huangpu River. On the western side, the Bund presents a stately row of granite buildings from the early 20th century. These neoclassical structures stand as solid reminders of an era of international trade and maritime commerce. But if you look across the water to Pudong, the view changes completely into a skyline of experimental geometry. High towers and silver spires rise from what was, just a few decades ago, a quiet stretch of farmland and marsh. The river runs between these two distinct eras, acting as a moving mirror for the city's changing identity. As dusk falls and the lights across the river begin to glow, casting long reflections of gold, pink, and blue onto the water, You're looking at the tangible results of a society that has reshaped its place in the world with incredible speed. To discover where the cohesive story of this land truly began, you must travel inland to the dry plains of Shanxi Province. Xi'an has a character that feels deeply rooted, carrying an atmospheric weight that sets it apart from the coastal cities. Its massive rectangular fortifications still encircle the historic center, wide enough for people to stroll along the top while watching the life of the city unfold below. This was the great gathering place at the end of the Silk Road, where traders from distant regions arrived with new goods, languages, and philosophies. In the narrow streets of the Muslim Quarter, the air is thick with smoke from street vendors preparing spiced meats over open grills, while the sound of the evening bell carries over gray courtyards. Xi'an remains a city of earth and memory, a place where separate regions were first drawn together into a single, enduring cultural landscape. Beneath the soil of the countryside outside Xi'an, a quiet gathering has remained in the darkness for over 2 millennia. The terracotta warriors stand in long, excavated pits, serving as an extraordinary record of craftsmanship and human dedication. Looking down into these vast spaces, the sheer scale of the assembly is deeply moving. No two figures are identical. Each soldier possesses a distinct expression, detailed armor plates, and carefully modeled hair. Crafted by thousands of ancient artisans whose names are lost to time, these figures were meant to provide protection in the afterlife, reflecting a deep human desire to leave an indelible mark on the world. Today, they stand under the soft light of the protective enclosure, their quiet presence offering a profound connection to the people who shaped the clay and laid the foundations of an empire so long ago. In the southwest, the surrounding mountains often hold the clouds, creating a soft, filtered light that settles over the Sichuan Basin. Chengdu moves to a relaxed, welcoming rhythm that contrasts with the fast-moving coastal centers. This is a locality that values the simple pleasure of an afternoon spent in conversation. In the open-air tea houses of the city parks, low bamboo chairs creak softly as patrons enjoy cups of local jasmine tea beneath the shade of spreading trees. The pleasant clatter of mahjong tiles creates a steady backdrop to the day. In the nearby sanctuaries, giant pandas move unhurriedly through groves of fresh bamboo, embodying the same calm grace that defines the city's public life. When evening arrives, this gentle pace transitions comfortably into the local dining rooms, where friends gather around steaming hot pots, sharing food and laughter into the late hours of the night. Farther into the interior, the topography rises into forms that seem to belong to the realm of imagination. In Zhangjiajie, thousands of slender quartzite sandstone pillars rise hundreds of feet directly out of the forested valleys below. When the summer rains end and the mist moves through the ravines, the bases of these stone spires are completely hidden from view, leaving the peaks appearing as if they are suspended in midair. The verticality of the landscape is stunning. Small mountain monkeys move easily among the trees that cling to the narrow ledges, and the sound of falling water echoes from unseen streams below. Walking along the paths built into the cliff faces, you are reminded of how varied and surprising the natural world can be. It is a landscape that encourages quiet contemplation, where the earth seems to reach upward toward the open sky. If the northern mountains are defined by sharp edges, the landscape around Guilin is characterized by fluid lines and gentle slopes. Here, limestone hills rise smoothly from the flat green fields like soft green sculptures positioned along the horizon. The Li River moves quietly between them, its surface a clear ribbon of jade that mirrors the shapes of the peaks and the changing patterns of the clouds. Small bamboo rafts move across the water with minimal effort, steered by boatmen who have known these currents for generations. At the end of the day, as the light turns a soft purple, you can see fishermen working with cormorants along the riverbanks, a quiet tradition that connects the modern community directly to the natural history of the valley. The entire setting feels peaceful and unified, a place where human life and the natural landscape exist in quiet balance. Approaching the mountainous borders of Southeast Asia, the elevation increases and the cultural landscape becomes beautifully varied. Yunnan is a region shaped by its diverse geography, where steep mountain ridges give way to deep valleys filled with ancient tea forests. Here, you find a rich collection of traditions preserved by the numerous ethnic minority communities who call these highlands home. In the morning markets, the brilliant colors of handmade textiles catch the clear sunlight. And the sound of different languages fills the air as vendors display wild herbs, forest mushrooms, and cakes of dark, aged tea. Women carry woven baskets along paths that wind past terraced rice fields that step down the hillsides like giant staircases. Yunnan serves as an important reminder that this land is a grand collection of distinct cultures, each contributing its own melody to the larger harmony of the nation. Situated high within this mountainous province is the old town of Lijiang, an ancient trading post where the streets are paved with smooth, dark stones. The architecture is a beautiful mix of wooden structures with gracefully curved roofs that have weathered decades of mountain winters. Clear water, originating from the snowfields of the high peaks nearby, flows through a network of narrow stone canals that run alongside every walkway. At night, the warm glow of red paper lanterns is reflected in the moving water, illuminating old stone bridges where travelers have paused for centuries. This town was shaped by the horse caravans that once traveled the difficult trade routes across the mountains, carrying tea and textiles between distant regions. Step into the quiet back streets, away from the central market squares, and you can still hear the soft sound of the water and feel the steady, resilient spirit of the highland community. To ascend onto the high Tibetan Plateau is to enter a vast landscape where the natural elements demand patience and respect. The air is remarkably thin and clear, making every distant mountain peak appear sharp against a deep blue sky. Wide, open plains stretch toward the horizon, punctuated by prayer flags that flutter in the steady mountain breeze. In the valleys, the white walls of ancient monasteries stand against the dark rock faces, and the gentle, reassuring aroma of yak butter lamps drifts through stone doorways. The quiet of the plateau is accompanied by the rhythmic sound of prayer wheels spinning on their spindles and the low murmur of traditional chants. Pilgrims travel long distances across these open spaces, moving with a sense of purpose that feels entirely separate from the rapid pace of modern life. It is a world defined by vast horizons, quiet dedication, and a deep connection to the earth. Flowing from the high western glaciers down to the eastern sea, the Yangtze River serves as a vital artery that has shaped the history of this land. It is a river of constant movement and shared effort, where cargo vessels navigate currents that carry goods between the interior and the coast. As the river passes through the high limestone cliffs of the Three Gorges, the landscape becomes a dramatic composition of vertical stone and shifting mist. Along the banks, small villages and terraced farms sit high above the water, while modern towns sparkle with lights that reflect on the river's surface after dark. The Yangtze has sustained generations of farmers, inspired classical poets, and driven the economic development of modern communities. It remains a living presence, a grand moving thread that connects the quiet rural valleys directly to the energetic ports of the global economy. In contrast to the great working rivers, Hangzhou offers a landscape designed for quiet reflection and artistic appreciation. West Lake has long been celebrated as a place of balance and classical beauty, where human design has been used to enhance the natural features of the water and shore. Willow trees line the pathways, their branches brushing the surface of the lake, while stone bridges connect small islands and pavilions that seem to float in the morning fog. This has been a gathering place for writers, artists, and scholars for centuries. A sanctuary where people come to find inspiration away from the demands of public life. The air is often filled with the delicate scent of local tea leaves being dried over warm fires in nearby villages. A visit here encourages a slower pace, inviting you to appreciate the subtle play of light on water and the quiet peace of a well-tended garden. A short distance away, the historic city of Suzhou demonstrates a sophisticated philosophy of space and nature within its classical gardens. Built within high white walls, these spaces are designed to create a feeling of expansive nature within a limited area. Small ponds of still water reflect the complicated shapes of rocks collected from distant lake beds, while moon gates provide carefully framed views of bamboo stalks and plum blossoms. The covered walkways are designed with deliberate twists and turns, ensuring that every step reveals a new perspective and encourages the visitor to pause and observe. There is an admirable discipline in these designs, where every window, paving stone, and tree branch has been considered with care. These gardens were created as places of personal retreat, where one could study, write, and find a sense of inner clarity, while the busy life of the city continued just outside the walls. To understand the core of classical landscape art, one must see the peaks of Huangshan rise above the surrounding valleys. The Yellow Mountain is a dramatic composition of granite cliffs, deep ravines, and ancient pine trees that grow directly from the rock fractures, their branches shaped by the prevailing winds. When the weather changes, a dense sea of clouds often fills the lower valleys, leaving only the highest peaks exposed like islands in a white, moving ocean. Watching the light of dawn touch these granite columns, turning the gray stone to shades of amber and gold, you see the direct source of inspiration for generations of inkwash painters. The mountain is not just a geological formation, it is a sacred space in the cultural imagination, a place where the earth meets the sky and reminds us of the enduring power of the natural world. Far to the south, where the hills meet the islands of the coast, human ingenuity has adapted to a challenging landscape by building upward. Hong Kong is a dynamic metropolis defined by its unique geography, where high skyscrapers rise directly against the green slopes of coastal mountains. Along the harbor, the Green Star ferries move steadily between the islands, carrying commuters past large cargo containers and sleek modern yachts. In the bustling neighborhoods below the towers, the streets are filled with the sound of double-decker trams, the aroma of fresh seafood, and the bright glow of neon signs hanging over crowded markets. Children walk home from school through narrow alleys where older temples sit quietly between modern apartment blocks. It is a city that thrives on contrast, combining an international maritime history with a deep cultural heritage, creating an energy that is entirely its own. To experience this land is to appreciate a world of remarkable variation and deep resilience. It is a place that holds the memories of ancient dynasties while continuously constructing a modern future, balancing the quiet peace of rural valleys with the remarkable energy of its great cities. It is a society formed by a shared history, yet it is made up of over 1 billion individual lives, each pursuing their own dreams, opening shops in the morning, greeting neighbors, and gathering around family tables. You cannot summarize this vast civilization in a single phrase, nor see all its faces in a single visit. It remains a place of endless discovery, an immense tapestry of landscapes and human stories that stays with you long after the journey has ended. It is, as it has always been, a country where mountains, megacities, and ancient empires tell one endless story.